let's move on to, we've done the physiology of this adolescent period. There's a hell of a lot of change going on. This is where now I step in, because the reason you're here is because canine arthritis management, this is a key time as well for the leading cause of arthritis later in life. So the figures are, guys, that 50% of dogs don't get diagnosed with arthritis until they're between the ages of 8 and 13 years, okay? And that's a little bit scary, because we know the leading cause of arthritis is developmental joint disease. And developmental joint disease actually starts when they're young, because it's developmental as they're growing. So what concerns me with those figures is we're potentially missing a huge amount of dogs that are coping. And these dogs that are coping could be being seen by trainers, behaviourists, etc., for deleterious behaviours. I'll probably get the wrong terminology, when they're actually going, no, really, really sore. So that's the reason that we brought this out. And what we're hoping is that these lives are really useful for canine professionals. I see a number of people. Hey, Carol. Hey, Drew. Hey, Lynn. Thanks so much, Lynn. I am not a dog trainer or a behaviourist. I try very hard just to be a good dog owner. But yes, we want people to be able to refer to these lives for their owners. So if a canine professional thinks, oh God, I really want that owner to understand that this is a potential, there's pain underlying this, please go and watch that live. It will really open your mind to what could be going on. And that's when we now step into talking about a case. So take it away, Samantha. Tell us about this case that you had, which really demonstrates this.
Yeah, so I was brought in to see a male rottweiler. He had been neutered. I was brought in when he was roughly about 9 months old. The behaviours started at 6 months. What started was he was jumping up quite a lot and really mouthing, not puncturing, but leaving scratches. So you know, you got a massive rottweiler on your arm, it's going to be sore. That then developed into him growling around people passing the food bowl and when going to pick up toys. So at that point, I was basically brought in to say, look, we need to stop this. The term used was, can we nip it in the bud?
That's very appropriate.
So I come in. At the time, I wasn't au fait with how dogs should move in their anatomy. I am learning a lot more now with the fabulous Gemma Hodson.
Oh.
But even at that point, when I just watched, because part of my assessment is just to watch the dog move. I've always done that. I've always had them out into my secure field where I can just see them in an environment and just watch how they act normally. And something was off. I mean, really off. I mean, even I could see at the time his movement was very, very strange. But it's not my field. So I also worked with a veterinary physio and said, could you just have a quick look at this video? Something is off. And it took her about 2 seconds to say, yeah, something is really wrong. You need to get that dog to the vet. I should actually mention, I do actually work off veterinary referral, but at the time, a basic examination was done, but nothing was found.
Okay. Right. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the owner videos, if anybody wants any idea of how to get them, the lovely Lynn will put a link to a PDF that we have. It's a free resource of how you can collect good videos if you're thinking, oh my goodness, I need to get my dog looked at.
Yeah, absolutely. So back to the vet. And in this case, I like to talk to the vet. Email can get lost. It's nice to have a proper conversation and say, look, this is what I've observed. I really do feel something is going on. Can we take this further? The vet suggested pain medication trial to put the dog onto Metacam, and also suggested x-rays. The x-rays, for one reason or other, couldn't happen until 2 weeks later for all reasons going on. After